Hello, hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. Wasn't that a fun time? Last episode, Asterion yelled at us. Oh, he's growing a back spine. That's unfortunate. Uh, I'm curious. I'm curious what's gonna happen next. I don't exactly know. Yeah. Let's just find out. Yeah. There's still so much to do, and your time to do it is already running out. Is it? A final time I shall ask, Orestes, is your soul prepared to see this through? The snake coiled around himself with his face hidden in his scales, shivering like a calf pulled from its mother. All his wounds felt alive again. The vitality of youth taken from him in the ritual of the newborn goddess, the scar on his torso, the ghost of his eye, and the emptiness in his emptiness it left in his head and sight. The snake hugged his own coils, letting out a whimper no louder than a squeak. Amidst all the unblessedness of his circumstances, he spoke with the monotone voice of a veteran soldier or a delirious leper. Yes, goddess. Whatever may come. He closes his eye and tried to sleep. Perhaps he hoped to be gifted with another memory of home and his mother's kindness and father's guidance. Just a glimpse of that old life where he was Dominicus, aspiring thespian and unremarkable young snake. But no mercy came, not a smidgen of rest. And so we spoke, and that at least his mind could enjoy a period of grace. All Argoi before you were content to fulfill their mission with all the deception and subterfuge asked of them. Even the one you so admire, and all who had to tolerate. God, yep. Tolerate violent masters before. So why have you chosen this unblessed path, young Argos? His eyes remained half open, as if in a trance. A brazen man peacock about, in word and deed. No piety. He disdains all that is right and beautiful. Hound him with doom. I must make him pay what he owes for greed and pride, sacrilege and folly. No, I am an ancient, born out of the primordial primordial chaos, so close to mankind. I have seen all of his faces. It may be revenge which you seek, but why you of all Argai? What changed the now one of your lineage? You had the hubris to rise against your station. The snake stuck his tongue out to taste the air, the dust and sand all around, and the barely contained bile at the back of his throat. He rose and put his back to the wall. Once more, the warrior spoke, but this time with a voice all his own. I was told... Oh, okay. I was told it was the right thing to do. My Popoli, he used to tell me all the heroic tales. Odysseus, Theseus, Heracles, and all the others. The monsters, too. How Apollo killed Python, the great serpent of Delphi, and how its distant descendant was vanquished by Cadmus. Cadmus had it and his wife, Harmonia. Popoli told me that told me they became snakes in their old age, but they remembered humanity, and so had no venom. And that's how we were born. We are one with humanity, but apart, touched by Python's distant chaos. Those tales, aren't they beautiful? And my Papali was part of one of him. The old Master Jean, who the prisoner cherished so much. He was just as rotten as his brother Clement. So Papoli, the Pelt, channeled the character and teased the master out of his castle on a cloud. He bribed the good Christian with promises of the old scriptures of relics, all true, all inheritances left by Joseph the Merciful so long ago. Jean, the greatest of all masters, relented and prepared to send Asterion out. What a minuscule price to pay for culture. And that's what my Papoli struck, and revealed the deeds of Joseph the Merciful. He who believed in Christ and mercy. He who put an end to the Minotaur's torture, because no one could deserve such a thing. Jean changed his tune. It was only then that he became the figure of the Minotaur. Became the figure the Minotaur remembers and loves. That, he told me, was the role of an Argos, to play the trickster and lead, through subterfuge, the human master to what's right. The holy duty, goddess, given no less by a god of old. Mama and Bompus, and the priests back at the village too, they all told me he, the one I should not mention, even knew the Christ. They said he was John the Baptist, that it had always been him. That's why I did it, goddess. I was told it was the right thing to do. Blessed. I believed it. I didn't do it for honor or glory, but because I thought it was right. For my Papuli, too. Then this man came. Josh. It's not right. By all that's holy, it's not right. But it's what the Olympian sentence demands. But my pact now is with the Titanus of Retribution. How regretful it is that you were born of Cadmus, a lineage in Dominicos. You would have made a fine avenger among my ranks. Lady Nemesis, may I ask a question? Proceed, young man. What is the underworld like? Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Asterion breathes in and then out, trying to quell the trembling of his limbs, struggling to move from his paralyzed stupor, trying to still the numbing roar of doubt and hate and abject failure in his mind, trying to prepare himself for the fate that already looms over him while keeping lurking thoughts out of that miserable fate at bay. With his oath broken, the Minotaur's own will shall decide the terms of his damnation, as it was before, when the Master only directed that will to burn and render and maim him. Again and again, will he suffer once more? Until the last ember of his soul flickers out, until his mind goes silent forevermore, until, at last, he turns to stone. Asterion. The voice, weak and hoarse, scatters the Minotaur's thoughts. He turns his gaze upon the foreman. Argos flinches and holds his hand up to shield himself from the bull's infuriated stare. Wait, just listen to me.
What do you want? Are you already eager to begin my torture once more? Do you want to push me down into this pit with the effigy, since Josh refused? Do you want to hear it? To watch it tear me limb from limb in his stead? Come then. Do it and get it over with. Well, what are you waiting for? Or do you have some other torment in mind for me?
No, I don't want to torture you. Look, I know you don't have any reason to trust me, but just listen and hear me out. If you don't like what I have to say, then I swear by the name of Hermes Ergephonites that I'll never trouble you again. At last, the Minotaur relents. Whether he catches some glimpse of truth in Argos's words, or whether his reeling mind can think of no other alternative, Asterion settles himself down on the ground a few paces away from the coiled snake.
All right, I'm listening.
And so Argos begins his tale. He starts with the events of the past week. The plot of usurpation against Master Josh, the trials and ordeals he has undertaken, all for the sake of bringing this meeting to pass. That naturally leads into the revelation of the realm's supplanted purpose, the conspiracy which dated back to the labyrinth's very founding. The hidden parting gift left behind by the Minotaur's earth-shaking progenitor. The endeavors of the Keelanine and the Argoi, of whom the Argos before him, Dominicos, he claimed, is his real name, is only the latest in a long line. The testing of the Master's character and the events which should have unfolded were he to prove himself a prospective redeemer. The words sink into the Minotaur's mind like stone. They break the placid surface and plunge into the dark and turbulent depths. And though Asterion tries, with more desperation than he's undertaken any other endeavor in his too long life, he's... oh yeah, I can't read, guys, it's fine. He can find no falsehood in them. Duh. The shadows of late afternoon lengthen into a muzzy half-darkness of twilight before the snake's voice falls silent. So now everything has been made clear. What will you do? Now that you know, there's a way to gain your freedom. Freedom, the Minotaur has almost forgotten the meaning of the word. But at last, Asterion's fingertips brush against the hope he's been reaching towards over the long centuries of his sentence. And though it might pull away from him, as it has every time before, he still makes a grab for it.
Show me. Take me to this parting gift you claim Poseidon has left for me.
I'd be happy to, on one condition. The Minotaur's breath catches in his throat, his limbs tense.
And that is?
Please, Asterion. Prince Asterion of Crete. Take me with you. The one who sent me to my task must know of my treason by now. If I stay here, or try to return home after everything I've done, surely I'll be made to face his retribution. The snake meets Asterion's gaze, tears gathering in his one remaining eye. He trembles like a lost child, scared and alone in the wide and cruel world. The sight is pitiful enough to stir even the Minotaur's numb heart. This could still all be a deception, but for a moment, Asterion chooses to believe. After all, he has nothing left to lose.
Very well. But if you're lying to me, then not even the binds of the labyrinth will prevent me from making sure you regret it.
I understand, Your Majesty. This way, over here. The snake forces himself up, still shuddering and hissing in pain, as he feels the sting of his own week-long torment. Slowly and unsteady, he leads Asterion over the crest of the hill and down the other side. A short time passes before light, like sunlight, shines upon the seabed. A flash is bright and blinding. And then it blinks out, leaving only a faint glimmer to pierce the growing darkness of evening. In the valley, no trace of Asterion, no trace of Dominicos. High above and far away, the last embers of the hotel's hearth flicker out. Its keeper is gone. The foreman is gone. Luke, Kota, and all remaining guests, victims of Josh's hubris and wrath, are gone. And as for the master, his mandate rendered moot, surely he too shall soon follow. Ships are only holes. Citadels are nothing, when no life moves in empty passageways. Now the halls of the labyrinth lie empty and abandoned once more. Now this realm of damnation, this labyrinth, is well and truly forsaken. Now at last, the curtain falls upon our role in this matter as well. There is no more of this tall tale. Wait, this tale to tell. Fact, okay. End of the trouble here, please. Just where they have left it. End the trouble here, please. Just where they left it. Okay. Epilogue. Epilogue. A sound. A stirring. An intrusion. Huh.
See, that shitty old door wasn't a match for me.
Yes, your brawn rivals that of, Heracles himself, I'd wager. Whatever would I do without you?
Don't gotta get all, sarcastic about it.
The old man ignores his sulking companion in favor of examining their surroundings. A thin layer of dust has settled over everything, and the reception desk is covered in a scattered mess of papers. Only one lone lamp upon said desk casts its light around the shadowed lobby. There are no signs of life, no movement, no voices greeting the pair of newcomers. The hotel lies silent and empty. Let's have a look around. There should be some kind of clue as to what happened here.
P?
What is it, Storm? We don't have all day to... He turns and trails off, while staring at the black-furred Minotaur behind him. And then he looks down at himself, at his green-feathered arms, and the plump tail hanging behind him. He pulls his passport out of his shirt pocket, flips it open, and flicks a finger across the page. Then he repeats the motion, still glancing down at his unhidden form. Interesting. The charms don't seem to work here. I guess the accounts for the tale of strange beings who used to visit this place.
Is that gonna be okay? I mean, you said we'd get in trouble if we went out like this, right?
It appears, by the trembling of the bull's limbs, that it's taking every ounce of Storm's will not to shrink into himself. His fingers dart to the gauge in his ear, rubbing and pinching it. As far as I can tell, We're well aware from any jurisdictions that would give a shit. Perhaps he means the words to be ones of comfort, but they roll off the bull's back. Yeah, the bull's back like water. Rainwater. Still, with no one besides themselves around, a storm is able to muster an indifferent facade.
It's whatever. Come on, we need to look around to find that thing, right?
Yes. Okay. I don't know how much left there is to this, but I do kind of want to end the part here, so we'll do that. But I just want to, before I go, just want to say, Storm is so fucking cute. Look at him. He's the best. He's the best character in this game. He's so good. Okay, goodbye everyone.